we? All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First thing and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh by Hashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Hashem,
Shai,
Yahweh
by
Shai,
double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Blessings and salutations be to the hopeful elect. News in his gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever they may be. We're the brothers here at the GMS Kansas City branch, coming to you with another week of prophesying the end of this wicked satanic system called America, aka Babylon the Great. Wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We want to go into the tenets of Jacob's trouble because that's just a spirit that's been in the air since the beginning of the year, which we're in a so-called new year. But that's been the spirit of Jacob's trouble. And, starting first with these riots and these protesters from ICE, which is trained up by parts of the IDF, which stands for the Israeli Defense Force, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I always get their abbreviature kind of wrong. But we're realizing that things are happening in the country, from inflation to Trump putting tariffs on NATO nations, to the money system being devalued, to bank runs, to ICE harassing so-called American citizens in the streets, man. And it's looking like, we in those times that the Most High prophesied through the prophets, through the men of the Lord from on high in the ancient world. And it looked like we're getting ready to live out those times in totality, man. So, hey, man, we're here to tell you that if you don't repent, then you're going to be destroyed. Whether you call yourself an Israelite or you don't believe you're an Israelite, you got to repent, because we're in a time now of the Lord's judgment, as ICE is rounding up people and putting people in these internment camps and trying to, harass people, which is against the Constitution, to roll out on your own citizens. That chick, what's her name? What's that? The Secretary of State? What's Noam? I think her name is Christy Noam or something like that.
Yeah,
Homeland Security. Yeah, and she's basically stating that well, you have to go around with your papers, because if you don't have your papers, and if you're around so-called illegals committing crimes, then they have the right to detain you too and interrogate you, which is wicked as all hell. Because what the hell does a so-called illegal got to do with me stand next door to a person that y'all allow to rent the fucking apartment out? Why do I gotta suffer from what y'all claiming this person is doing? Which is gonna be a big kickback in revolts. We're seeing insurrections, all right? We're seeing tensions between Iran and America. All types of shit is happening, man. All right. So brother ain't got a precept. Somebody, this is matter of fact, let's start with the basic principle. Let's start at Sirach 39, start at verses 1, if you don't have precepts. And we'll follow the spirit.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 39, verse 1. Says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep this."
Go ahead, bro. Salakia.
Says verse 2, "He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also."
Yeah, it says to be occupied in prophecy. So this is why when you look at our videos in particular, be more on a prophetic wavelength, because these are the times that we're in, and current events is very essential as to know how to move in these times. Because we go into history, we go into archaeology, we go into Hebrew, we go into all topics. We've covered all bases. But now the Lord said that though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And we're in a time now that things are picking up. So our focus is speaking on the downfall of this system, because brothers are that desperate to get delivered from this place, man, because this is a wicked place. Okay, this place have had its way with our people. All right, and you got these small hats talking all this bullshit about how anybody speaking out against the Israelis is considered anti-Semitic. But wait a minute, man, you've literally caused mass genocide on fucking 75% of the world at a point in time, man. So if anybody is anti-S, is you. You know? So what the hell you mean, man? All right, go ahead.
Verse 3, "He will seek out the secrets of the grave sentences, and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men, and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men."
Yeah, dark parables going into the prophecies, man. Dark parables, America being destroyed, martial law, FEMA camps, also going into who the Gentiles are, which were Israelites, by the way, that only can be saved. Only Israel can be saved, by the way. But dark parables being these prophecies, man, all hell breaking loose, the destruction of this system, because as this system continues to implode within itself, you're gonna have tensions around the world that's gonna pick up because of the influence of Babylon the Great, man. So we're seeing a buildup of judgment and insurrections and war as we're in the time of war.
Yeah. Kind of quick precept to back you up on that point. Sirach chapter 22, verse 24. It says, as the vapor and smoke of a furnace goeth before the fire, so reviling before blood. And I bring that out because that word reviling goes into harsh or rough speech or slanderous speech. Okay, and this is exactly what you have going on with the ADL and all of these agencies setting up themselves to be victims or to make you some kind of offender. And it says, as the fire goes before a furnace, before smoke, so does reviling before blood. So when you start talking and passing these laws, then the bloodshed starts, and that's essentially where we are now with ICE everywhere and all of this chaos.
Yeah, because they want to start a civil war. That's the whole plan, starting a civil war. So Trump threatens to invoke the Insurrection Act, which basically I believe they only did it like maybe 30 times in history before, but they haven't done it since like I think, matter of fact, like the Bush administration going back to like 1991 or two, when the Rodney King, no, I think it was the L.A. riots or the Rodney King riots, if I'm not mistaken. But that's the last time they invoked the Insurrection Act because people was going batshit insane. But it's so funny though because he's creating a scenario to get people to anger and to lash out by provoking them, by fucking with them. And then when they revolt against him, he wants to bring in the powers to be to show you that he's the devil. Because on one end of the spectrum, he's talking about in Iran, well, continue to revolt, continue to fight so we can go out and be an assistance to you. But the same shit Iranian is doing to their people, you doing to the people in America, but you want to complain that they're getting in the way of ICE moving illegals when in fact you got immigration policies and border patrols in every goddamn country that they're trying to fight off right now, man. Because it ain't just here in America. Hell, fucking Europe, they're going batshit crazy because of the shit that you're talking about.
Right. I got a real quick one to back up that point. Mention that he could possibly do that Insurrection Act, but this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 70. It say, for there to be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. They shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
Yep. Because right now, like I said, people are in the streets, they're protesting. People going down certain streets, they're grabbing them up, putting hands on them. Hell, I think they even snatched up a kid. Like I think earlier in the week. Hell, they pepper sprayed. I think there was one Jake kid. They said that he pepper sprayed his whole entire family, man, and they had to take the babies to the hospital and all that shit. It's wild.
It was like Trump said about Issachar, with these ICE agents. They're not sending their best, man. These niggas are not trained. They don't care. They don't know when to shoot at a moving vehicle or not. They got some kind of rough around the edges training from that IDF just to do what they're doing, man. They're not police, and they're not gonna handle you. And you can't report them and get their badge number. You know what I'm saying? They running around here with masks on, man. So this is just the beginning.
Yeah. He's putting that spirit of draconianism out there, bro. Because he stated instead of 6 months, he wanted to have him trained up in 47 days. 47 days instead of 6 months, because it was like a 6-month training program, but he wants to do it in 47 days. And he even admitted it when he signed the bill, basically giving the cops immunity to do what they want to do to people. And people, that shit went over people's head, bro. He said he was going to do it. Yeah. Now, people thought he was talking about the regular law enforcement, which they are included in that, but police could mean military, it could mean mercenaries, it could mean fucking Secret Service, FBI, whoever it may be, because they all considered police, at the end of the day. So that doesn't just extol to your city-led police force. No, that goes all the way down to the military. And this is why Jake is looking confounded, because he said what he was gonna do.
Yeah, kind of.
I remember Taz did a video when that nigga got elected, giving the cops immunity to blow you niggas right down, man. Gonna blow your ass down, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? You niggas, you deserve it. We don't feel bad for you because this ain't just Esau doing what he's doing because he's the devil. But the Lord is putting a spirit on these motherfuckers to do what they doing. Because which one of you Americans out there really living righteous, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the dyke bitch who allegedly got, which I believe she's a crisis actor, but the bitch who they shot in the face, she was a goddamn dyke, man. Dude, that was warranted at the end of the day because you wicked.
Yeah. Right.
This joint right here.
I had a precept. This Daniel 8:23. It says, in the latter time of their kingdom, when transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. But it says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall he destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but shall be broken without hand.
Yep. And they to qualify that as going to the time of the Antiochus during the time of the Greeks when they wanted Jake to convert over to their version of the New World Order. Jake had to sacrifice unto their gods, and Jake had to put off the customs of the Most High in order to be one with the Greeks. And that's actually history. But as we know, history repeats itself because this is the same thing now. They want everybody to be pulled under this one world authoritative government when they got to have like a particular, what they call a social credit score to determine if you're eligible to have certain benefits that they will contribute to your life in order for you to sustain a living. But if you're below the threshold, then they can cut you out. They can debank you. You know what I'm saying? They can rid you out of society if you don't comply with government orders. And this is where we're heading. And this is why all this craziness is happening, because they need a ploy and a cover up in order to switch this thing off. Because as things get worse, you're going to see a more troop buildup of a presence. He's talking about deploying troops to all 50 states. Then on top of that, with the Palantir and the Stargate shit, that's all coming into effect because we had some outages like 2 days ago of these major cell phone companies. And what we found out is that ICE is actually using identification through certain frequencies to be able to determine who's who, because they got people in a Palantir database in order to track them and know who to go and where to go. And this is why they're able to strategically track so-called illegals, because they're going into that Palantir database, man.
Yeah. That's right.
What it says, strengthening and unleashing America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent civilians. Wait a minute, man. Your so-called innocent civilians are getting pepper sprayed. They getting beat up, getting drug out of their cars. They getting, they getting the fisticuffs, so to speak, by a bunch of barbarians, a bunch of tyrants, which, ICE, I think they had like a $50,000 sign-on bonus. And then he increased the budget award to $1.7 trillion. Why giving ICE fucking ICE $100 billion increase? They getting ready to do some shit, man.
Yeah.
Flying drones over the country.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it came out on the Jimmy Dore show too. I was lucky to get it.
I was gonna add on to what he was saying. They accessing phone data.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Using these surveillance cameras,
Yep.
all that.
Hey, brother, that's why I think that they had them outages the other day for the major carriers and stuff. That's just my opinion, but it make a lot of sense if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah, it came out on a Jimmy Dore show that it was how easy it was to get into ICE, man. It was like basically a woman that applied, and they didn't even check like her papers or nothing, bro. She basically just got on.
Yeah.
You know, they sent her a welcome letter and all kind of shit, man. You know.
Yeah.
Saying welcome to ICE and shit. And she didn't expect to get hired because she just thought she was gonna do an article about it, but they ended up actually making her an offer. So that shows you a lot of these ICE agents probably not even legal,
Yep.
With just how easy it is to just get them in there. They just, you're gonna have a mask on anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Or they some niggas from right wing Twitter.
Right, exactly. Yeah, them niggas love, boy. They love talking shit on Twitter, boy.
Getting the bag too, bro. They getting money too. They paying their ass.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I had a precept.
Mhm.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 10, verse 2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts." And it says, skipping down, verse 6, it says, "He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity."
Yeah, because it's all based on a lie, bro. You heard what Trump said. Trump called these people illegals. Wait a minute, you stole this land from so-called illegals. So if anybody, you should be sicking ice on your own people, man.
Right.
Because you're American, you Edomites in America. You don't have any right to America, man. You stole it. They set up a bunch of wicked laws to say, well, look, this is the way now. Talking about, oh, well, you know, these people are savages and all this manifest destiny bullshit. You stole the land, bro. Just like Israel right now down in Argentina, they're yelling, "Get the Israelis out," because they're basically trying to spread them. Scriptures go into how the wicked spreaded himself like a green bay tree, man.
Tree, yep.
Same shit you did in Europe, you're doing in Australia, you're doing in Argentina, hell, down in South America, bro. You got a heavy small head presence down in fucking Venezuela, bro. And a lot of people don't know that, but Esau is down there heavy, man.
I think the brother Yawasop, he in the studio. He had dropped off and tried to get back in.
Oh, okay. I got it. Let me read this real quick. Verse 8, it says, "He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth and waits secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth and wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net." You know, and so that's basically what this big ice thing is, man. Okay, he's setting up shop. He's wearing a mask. Okay, they got facilities out here. They're starting to gather around. You know, where they're getting ready to set up shop. You know, and what are they hoping to do? Catch the poor, man. Okay, and a lot of these Edomites fell into that category of poor. Like I saw that Edomite woman, that old Edomite woman. They hit her ass with a flashbang, man. She couldn't believe it, bro. She was like, I'm like, she's gobsmacked. Like, yeah, this is the self-destructive nature of your people, man.
Right.
So you fell into the category. You made the mistake of falling into the category of the poor, you know?
Yeah.
So this shit about to be over with, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is a picture of that ice facility. No, you got it out.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. It says, "They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They lay wait for us in the wilderness."
Mm.
You know, so this is just the nature of Esau Edom. You know, he's the man of the field. He's the man that with bread shows forth to his skin, and he lives by bloodshed, and you know, and his blessing, which is his weapon, the sword. So he's always used that to hunt Jake. So y'all people are just seeing his true horns come out now. This has always been in his spirit. This is what he's always done. So people should be acting like they're surprised.
Yeah, Con, excellent point, bro. Because we all see that y'all saw them niggas in Chicago. I think it's like a version of the Black Panthers or something resurfacing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Yeah, see, and this is why we see. This is how you know that you got Asian provocateurs out there, because you Jake's gonna get fucked up, man. He's giving him immunity, and he know that Jake gonna get reactive off this, and that's what he want.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but hey, do what y'all do, man. Do what y'all do, because the Lord ain't with y'all anyway. You know,
Yeah.
you want to go head up with this government and do what the fuck y'all do, man. But we gonna stay spiritual, because we understand the tenets of being spiritual, man. And I got a quick precept. This is the book of hold on. Matter of fact, I had a couple of precepts, but I'm gonna just start here. This is the book of Psalm 69, and I'm gonna start at verses 13. It says, "But as for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Yahweh, in an acceptable time." So this is a time now that we got to really lock in and pray to the Heavenly Father that He deliver us, because the shit in Kansas City, they want to store a central facility here out in Leavenworth, which is actually an old prison. I think it's decommissioned last time I checked, but they want to make that an ICE facility out there, which is 45 minutes outside of the city. And they said that it can detain up to 80,000 detainees. And I believe they want to put another detention center here too, because the city got the funding approved to build another jail up out here, man. And we got the FIFA Cup coming. So this city is going to be literally like a police city. Makes sense as to why they're building everything up now. But this city going to be, it could be lockdown number one. We don't know. But there's going to be a heavy military presence out in Missouri and Kansas, because you got Whiteman Air Force Base. You got, what's the other one y'all was up? That's, I know Whiteman, that's in where? That's in Kansas, right?
That's actually Missouri side. That's like about like 20 minutes outside of Warrensburg. Or I think it's right in Warrensburg, Missouri, actually. Yeah, and you got an army base not too far too, about 2 hours, I think,
Fort
further
Riley.
east.
Manhattan, Kansas too, bro.
Yep, Manhattan, Kansas. So yeah, you got basically 3 major bases out here. And then of course Leavenworth, that's like the military punishment center for people that get fucked up in the military or fuck up, they go there to go to jail. So yeah, there's a lot. And then actually right down the street from me, they building that they trying to contract all that center. I don't know if y'all bros remember that Chewy place they built out here. They got a bunch of empty space over there. That's where they building that detention center in Belton. So that's like right down the street from them.
Oh wow.
Yep. That's gonna be the real deal.
And it's no coincidence on where they putting that shit at. It's a bunch of racists, bro.
Yeah.
They said that ISIS, they racist, fucking criminals, niggas got backgrounds. They're sexually assaulting women. It's not looking too good for America, man, and for you people in America.
Yeah.
I appreciate this. Jeremiah 13:23. It says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to evil." It says, "Therefore will I scatter them as the stubble that passeth away by the wind of the wilderness." So, the same way a dark skinned as Hamite, he can't go to light skin. A leopard is born with those spots. They can't bleach them away. Well, we grew up, not only in school, but also in this truth, learning the history and the ways of Esau Edom, man. All right. And just because this nigga was chilling don't mean that he not the devil no more. And as brother's been doing lessons this week, the horns are back, man. Them devil horns is back. This nigga got them shits polished, man.
Yeah, full effect.
Well, quick precept. Sirach 12:10. It says, "Never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rust, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go a crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou should be unto him as if thou have wiped the looking glass, and thou should know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away." So he always had that devil in him, like the brother was saying.
Right. It says here, if I could, in section 3 of this executive order, if you read down to the bullet points, like the second one, it says expand access and improve the quality of training available to state and local law enforcement. It says increase pay and benefits for law enforcement officers. So that's the demand right there to get all of them signed up. And it says strengthen and expand legal protections for law enforcement officers. Seek enhanced sentences for crimes against law enforcement officers. So that's why that bitch Renee Good, that's why he was so quick to just pop her. He shot her 3 times, man, in the head. Like that comedian Tim Dillon said, he said, well, the way I was raised, you never shoot somebody in the face more than once, but he popped her 3 times, man, and it's because of this, because you got enhanced sentences. All she did was clip him with the car, and he just opened up on her,
Yep.
And this is just what's being reported, man. That was kind of like more on the psyop side. She got hit on 33rd Street and all of that, but people are going to the spirit world all over, man. That's not getting reported.
Yeah. It say increase and strengthen and expand legal protections. That obviously we said that's going into that immunity, but also you got these PR campaigns and this misinformation. So where if somebody, let's say they do delete American citizen, they gonna have that PR campaign behind them, make it seem like he was a fucking hero, man.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
That's what they did with the whole Mike Brown, the whole George Floyd, all that.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
like all these people you see rising up for Renee Good, paid protesters. If you watch those ads that come out sometimes, like on those job sites, they'll have it listed under like a certain category for people to go out and protest. Man, they'll pay you X amount of dollars to do that. But find out even in Cali in LA, I think it was like some type of U-Haul. I think it was like an Iranian protest because you got more than one protest happening at this time. You had the No Kings protests, you got the Iranian protests, and you got these Renee Good protests from ICE. But allegedly somebody drove a U-Haul through a crowd, and now they're trying to investigate that and call it an act of DC, domestic terror, ISM. So, like the brother said, you got PR campaigns that set up here to sway and generate different narratives to give Esau that blanket, Salakia being the hero, man. But everybody is realizing that you're the villain. Like we just read in the book of Sirach. You caught out there, man. This is why, the ADL, this is why you have Palantir, this is why you have all these systems set up in order to protect the small hats, because at the end of the day, they're funding it all, man.
Yeah. This seventh one is pretty crazy too, where it says increase the investment in and collection, distribution, and uniformity of crime data across jurisdictions. It kind of sounds, small, but that's going into the AI Palantir, going into people's cell phones, which they already had the power to do, but now they're just basically telling you, we're gonna do it now. They know where you are basically, like Instagram got hacked, all of those cell phone towers went down. So yeah, whoever's trying to run and hide, they got the power to do that and distribute that information now. They're not bound by the state of Illinois crossing the border over, to Wisconsin. You got legal roadblocks and shit. Now that's over with.
Yeah, federal jurisdiction. They can go anywhere in the country. They don't need no goddamn. Yeah, they don't need none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question, man. Did y'all brothers receive like a email from like Instagram saying that somebody tried to reset y'all passcode? Anybody receive that?
Yeah,
No.
I think I did actually.
Yeah, I did too.
I can't remember, but some recently I did see something like that.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, it was last week. I'm thinking, I'm tripping. I'm like, I don't remember setting my code. Like I don't even be on it to. I mean, I don't never have to reset the code. So I'm thinking it was, a chick I dealt, because bitches are very investigative. But apparently, Esau's trying to gather intel. But I mean, give what the fuck you got to get, man. Do what you got to do, bro. Because hey, like I said, man, like Elder Benji said, he said, look, man, we want the smoke and righteousness, man. The minute you move on us, that's when the Lord gonna move on you. So come on with it, bro. That's gonna be the greatest counterpunch ever. Because the minute you roll on the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that's when the Most High is gonna make a move on your ass, man.
That's right.
Can't wait. Just do it.
Yep. We believe that's coming soon.
Yeah, that's why he hesitates.
Yeah, he know what's up though. He know what's up.
He want to, but then he don't want to,
Yeah.
Kind of preset.
Go ahead, Ahmed.
This is Lamentations 4:21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked." Also, hey, this devil is basically getting his judgment because he's been doing all this stuff in other nations, setting up coups and stuff and disorder, so he can go in there and commit genocide. But now the cup is passing under him. So now disorder is happening in his own nation, on his own backyard. And he's making himself naked by exposing his true nature. He's exposing, all the wickedness that he's done over the years, and basically how he always has been. So the world is seeing this devil for who he is, and now they're starting to gear up and come to fight.
Yep.
No.
God. Quick yeah, you got it out. I was gonna have
can you read that one more time, y'all? What's up?
God. This is Lamentations 4:21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked."
Right, and this is now the sobering up time for Esau Edom, man. You know, they had the opportunity to rejoice and be glad because, you know, they had hundreds of years of free labor. You know, they were, you know, doing what they want with the Israelite women. They were being a terror throughout the planet Earth. But now this nigga got to move more smartly because he understand that he can't keep this shit going on for long. So, you know, hey, that's what I say. It's the sobering up time. Now you realizing how bad you fucked up. Like that movie, The Hangover. You know, they don't show you all the fucking fun they have, and the movie starts when they all sobered up and they like, what the fuck? You know, it's a complete mess.
Yeah.
That's where we at now.
I remember that
kinda.
movie. Hangover, yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, Mike Tyson, one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick precept. This is the book of Job 20, and I'm gonna start at verses 18. It says here, that which he labored for shall he restore and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he should not rejoice therein, because all the wickedness you sown in the earth, the wealth you done stole, man, you got to pay that back tenfold, buddy. All right, all this shit you're doing, you running into countries and putting people in slavery and bombing villages and unaliving people and fucking with us, really, because it's really all about Israel. That's why when you go into the book of Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, it tell you that the Lord is going to raise up the kings of the earth to recompense what you've done to them, meaning that the Lord is using these nations to judge you because of what you've done to us. So there's going to be a restitution, meaning to restore the riches which you've stolen from us, man. But first, that's going to come through your hardcore slavery. As the brother said, that you had 200 free years of slavery, of slave labor for free, and we never got paid for that. So the payback is putting you in slavery, and all the wickedness you didn't sow, you're gonna have to reap that now. And it reads, it says, surely he should not feel quietness in his belly, and he should not save that which he desired. And there should none of his meat be left. Therefore should no man look for his goods. And in the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits, and every hand of the wicked should come upon him. This is why, hey, the Venezuelans, which are Israelites, they're coming up against you. The Iranians are coming up against you. The Russians are coming. Everybody is coming up against you. Your own people is even coming up against you, man. Because think about it, the small hats, you only make up literally 1% of the population for real, man. When you compare it to everybody else that's catching hell, you got the 1% of wealth. You small hats are greatly outnumbered, man.
Yeah.
You completely outnumbered.
Yeah.
And it reads, and it says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High should cast the fury of his wrath upon them and should rain it upon him while he is eating. And I'm going to jump down a little bit to verses 27. It says, the heavens should reveal his iniquity and the earth should rise up against him. Right? Because, I mean, yeah, you're being revealed. The internet, man. People, smartphones and shit. People recording you. People are seeing you set up crisis actors. People seeing you going into fake props on movie sets, acting like this is a movie shoot to stage your DT. You know,
Yep.
the people are finding you out, man. They're finding out that the Zionists, the elites, ain't nothing but a bunch of fucking devils, man. That's stolen
Yep.
wealth from people. No,
Hey, all those
Epstein.
unmarked graves be
Yeah.
popping up. That's the earth being a witness.
Mm-hmm. And it reads, and it says, an increase of his house should depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High, man. Okay? So this is your judgment. It's going to all come back on you, man. It's all going to fall down on you, bro. You ain't getting away with none of this shit. So do what you do.
That's right. Precept to back you up.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 49:12. It says, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. You know, and that cup is obviously talking about that judgment. So there's nothing he can do, you know, and this is why you see the erratic behavior of him, because you know all of his plans are being compromised. It's starting to devolve, you know.
Come on. That's that video.
Yeah, the first one or the article.
Yeah, come on. Let's read that. Let's read that article. And
Come on,
somebody get
Wally.
Luke 23 and no, Luke 21 and 20. I think it's Luke the
Come on,
21st
Wally.
chapter.
Looking for the
Yeah, that's. I think we got 2 articles and also those videos from Arrows of Indignation. Towards the end of the sit down, we can play those last 2 videos, kind of close it out because I mean it's gonna bring it home anyway.
You want that Luke now, or are you gonna start with the article?
We can start. We can start with the article first, and then we get to Luke, and then somebody can pull Jeremiah 30 and 4.
Okay. This is I'm gonna read the article. It says dozens of ICE vehicles parked in Kansas City lot. Sources explain why. It says a Kansas City company with federal contractors working to fulfill their obligation for ICE agents to use in the future, according to multiple sources. Dozens of vehicles were found parked in the Northland lot Tuesday morning. Many of the vehicles displayed ICE logos on the doors. City and federal officials have not confirmed the reason for the large number of ICE vehicles in Kansas City. Multiple sources explain that the local company has a contract with the federal government. According to those sources, the company is working to mark the vehicles. The vehicles are parked in the lot before they are moved or used by agents. So
now, peep this, right? Now they want to establish what they called credibility, like when you have the logo and shit like that. Because at first they wasn't really credible because they was hopping out of U-Hauls, unmarked vehicles. Here you got a motherfucker that's from Chicago, but he got a license plate that say New Hampshire, hopping out with a gator and arresting people. It didn't look good. It was sloppy as all hell. Now they want to make it look legitimized, which none of the police force is really legitimate, by the way. All right, just because you set up a organization and call it legal doesn't mean that they operate within the realms of legality, bro. So just stop it. All that shit is illegal. But I don't know if you brothers remember, but remember going back to 2012 when they were showing all those cargo trains of those tanks being sent to different cities? Hell, matter of fact, going back to 2019, I think that's the last time I seen a freight of vehicles that had tanks travel through Kansas City, Missouri. And it makes sense because this is a military state anyway. But let's not forget about that, man. They got tanks staged off for when really shit hit the fan because they declare war on you people, man. And those you that buck up, they're gonna send you right to these detention centers. These are basically the FEMA camps we've been speaking on.
Yeah.
And we've been telling y'all that a lot of these abandoned buildings are gonna become centers. Like I was telling y'all brother's testimony about down the street at that big center they built all the way out there. Now for the past like 3 or 4 years, this has been built. It's been empty. All I see is basically Chewy out there. But now they finally, all of a sudden, it's a perfect scenario where they can go purchase this place to make a detention center for immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just fitting right in hand. And then also the UN vehicles that they had a lot of aerial footage of those parked all over around DC. You know, the MRAPs and up armor vehicles, those are all ready to go too. And you got all the UN troops that have been over here waiting to get orders to go to work. They have whole fucking communities built and houses built for them people.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yep.
And, you know, Amazon got a lot of warehouses and stuff too. So that's really just one phone call, and they got base operations in damn near every city.
Right. And brothers speaking on locations that we actually know and we actually see, you know. Brother Yawasai mentioned, you know, where they trying to put the big one that is down the street from his crib. But also keep in mind, you know, these niggas gonna have these black sites set up, man. They gonna have shit that's off the books because, you know, the same lot where these trucks is at, that's in the Northland. You know, up here in Kansas City, Northland, we got cave systems too. So when it really get down like that, I can see Esau putting motherfuckers in these caves and getting dirty, man. You know, this why we need How Bashim outside, because this nigga doing shit in your face, all right, but he also doing shit under the guys at night, low key, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What was that place Taj you were telling us about too? I think it was in Florida where people were going missing out, but there was something else that was built out there. I couldn't remember what you were
that
saying.
alligator Alcatraz. They say they had some people come up missing out of there. Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that makes sense too, because the cave system is called Subtropolis. It was years ago we did a video down there called FEMA Camp Caves, man, and that was going back to 2015. And we would speculate through the spirit. We said when the hour of martial law, when things hit the fan, they can house people in these underground facilities because that metropolis shit is deep. I think that shit was like 35 something. It was a couple. From what I can recall, if you go on the website, if somebody can pull it up, just a quick pull up to see the square footage of the Metropolis complex, and that's just what they're telling you. You know what I'm saying? That shit goes from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast because remember they had a plan to link all these tunnels together through these deep underground military bases. So
Yeah.
this is where they're able to get a lot of that shit from. Don't be like when you be hearing explosions and stuff. Like I know a couple years ago I was hearing like explosions. I'm like, who the hell is blowing shit up? But case in point, Subtropolis is like literally 10 minutes, up the road. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They're digging that shit out of there.
Yeah, I got that for you too.
Okay.
This from Wikipedia says Subtropolis is a business complex located inside of 55 million
Woo.
square foot,
Damn.
1,260-acre mine in the bluffs north of the Missouri River in Kansas City, Missouri. It was developed by the late Kansas City Chiefs owner Lamar Hunt
Mm.
via Hunt Midwest Real Estate Development.
Hey,
So
stop, bro.
yeah,
That see them and them Hunts, they're juiced in because find
yeah,
out J.L. Hunt had ties to the Nation of Islam to start the movement, which was funded by the government, man, and he put up the money for that shit. Show you that all
yep.
these families that own these basketball and football, they're all connected, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So what make you think that they won't use the Chief Stadium or the Royal Stadium as a entertainment facility when this dude literally didn't put the bag on Subtropolis, man?
Right.
Bro,
All
it's
that.
1,260 acres underground, bro.
Yeah, and that just in
Yeah.
this demographic alone, they're not even telling you the shit that's accessible.
Yeah, that's what they developed, I believe.
Yeah.
Because that's what they
Hmm.
put money into making it habitable and traversable. But them
Hmm.
caves, they probably got it goes much deeper.
And they
Hmm.
kind of showed you that in that movie they came out with, The Last of Us, that the most recent one they released, because it was based. A lot of the movie was based in Kansas City, and they had all the zombies and shit coming out of the ground.
The
But
Last
they
of Us.
showed you a little bit underneath. They actually used to have a subway system underneath Kansas City that I guess they just decommissioned it or something. But there's a lot of underground area underneath this fucking city, man.
Well,
Hmm.
I found out, bro, they built on top of it like twice, I think. Because think about it, like when you go to the West Bottom, you ever been on like I-35 going like, let's say if you're traveling north, no, you're traveling south on I-35 around the what can I think? Y'all know where okay, so think about it. When you coming from north, right? You hit 71, you go over the bridge, and you know how it split, how you can go this way and that way. If you take
Hmm.
35 all the way around to the right, and then you take it up like over the ramp, and you look down, you can see the West Bottoms. That shit is it's like the levels are completely different, which makes a lot of sense because the West Bottoms, that was originally how Kansas City was. It was like that. Can't explain it, but it was like the elevation was very low at that time, so it makes sense during the time of the prohibition and the mobsters and Al Capone had business with St. Louis, Chicago, New York, LA. They was traveling underground and delivering a lot of that alcohol underground, so it makes sense that they did have a subway system here. Because if we're built up, we're up higher than what it originally was. The West Bottoms is low as hell, and that's originally where it was. So it
Yeah, I
makes a
think
lot of sense.
Westport. Yeah, I think Westport too. Them like the first parts of Kansas City that was built,
Yeah,
and
it
then
was.
they
It,
built the rest on top of it and around it.
yeah, yeah. Because Westport, that was they was auctioning slaves. That was like a slave auctioning port right there.
Hmm.
Damn, it's getting grimy, brothers. Quick precept. This is the book of Jeremiah 20, 25. Matter of fact, 24, and I'm gonna start at verses 9, and it says, "And I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt, to be a reproach and a proverb, a taunt and a curse in all the places which I should drive them," going into us being brought over here in America in the different kingdoms of the world. It says, "And I will send a sword in famine and pestilence among them till they be consumed from off the land that I gave unto them and to their fathers." So you Israelites are getting ready to suffer, man. Because when he homes in on you and he zooms in particularly on Jake, it's like the scriptures say, they should be like madmen sparing none, man.
Shit. Right.
God, I got that precept you called for as well, chapter 30.
Con, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30. I'll start at verse 6. It says, Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
Hey, can you start at 4, Rock?
God.
Start at 4, brother.
4. It says, And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be shaved out of it.
Yeah. And then verse 5, it said, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. And that's what you're hearing a lot of with these ice raids, man. Like I literally seen a video on TikTok, several videos of, ISIS going door to door and shit, and people are screaming out of their windows and shit, like and they, they're here, and shit, people freaking out. Like that's literally the spirit that's in the earth right now, man.
Mm.
Straight up fear. Like the people was in a video I was watching, it was like, they was just screaming and crying, and like that's what's happening, man. Like this shit is coming to life.
Well, then the scriptures go into teach the voice of wailing, Jeremiah 9:17. It says, Thus says the Lord of hosts, consider ye and call for the mourning women, that they may come, and send for cunning women, that they may come, and let them make haste and take up a wailing for us, that our eyes may run down with tears, and our eyelids gush out with waters, man. So the Lord is bringing lamentation among the tribes, man. Yeah. It says, For a voice of wailing is heard out of Zion, how we are spoiled, we are greatly confounded, because we have forsaken the land, because our dwelling have cast us out, because we got kicked out of the land. But it says, Yet hear the word of Yahweh, O ye women. Okay, because hey, we constantly get on you women out there, man. Constantly telling you to repent, get your act together, stop playing games with the men, and come under some type of authority of the men and humble down. But it says, O ye women, let your ear receive the word of his mouth, which is the prophets. Okay, and teach your daughters wailing, in every one of her neighbors lamentation, which is another way of crying, lament, because you Jakes ain't seen nothing yet, man. And I'm gonna say this too: a lot of you Israelites out there that call yourself Hebrew Israelites, man, y'all think this is a joke. This is all cute. You got your rap shit going on. You got your podcast. You got your debates. Hey, y'all are not exempt from this hell that's coming to America, man. And in fact, because you call yourself an Israelite, you're going to be more likely to be targeted and dealt with harshly, because the Lord said that those that know should be beaten with many stripes. So while you trying to condemn us for speaking the truth and correcting doctrine, you yourselves haven't even repented of the judgment that's getting ready to befall you and your families, man.
Yep.
This is why we tell you, man, that what's up, bro?
No, I'm just saying, like you say, Esau got some shit, man. They said in Venezuela he dropped that shit that made motherfuckers start bleeding from their nose. You niggas got nothing to counteract that, man.
Yeah, because you have that nigga from the Black Panther Party. He pretty much said if ICE run up on him, he gonna put a bullet in him the size of a window or some shit.
Okay.
Yo, to show you, bro, our people not ready, man.
Yeah, they set that nigga up, man.
Yeah.
If you shoot an ICE, okay, let's just say within your right to defend yourself, right? You shoot one of them, what's gonna stop them from swarming on you? That's what they want you to do. They want you to get ignorant like that, so they can blow your ass away, man. Because Esau itching to put one of you niggas down, and you know what? Hey, so be it.
Yeah.
So be it.
That's why the scriptures refer to him as that serpent. A serpent is what you call an ambush predator. They don't just be chasing you down, running you in the open field. They lay in wait.
Yeah. God. And it says, For death has come up into our windows and enter into our palaces to cut off the children from without and the young man from the street. So you YNs, where you YNs at, man? All that tough energy you niggas got, where y'all at now, man? ICE going down your motherfucking block, nigga. They standing on your corners now. Stop you from slanging your drugs. What you gonna do about that?
Silent.
Not a motherfucking thing, man.
I got another precept.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 says, Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's where a lot of these so-called Mexicans is starting to feel, man. All these other foreigners, they came here and trusted in a place that got all this benefits here off of rape, rob, and pillage, man, off of murder, bloodshed. And so you come here to try to seek a blessing, to have a quote-unquote better life. You trusted in that when you should have just trusted in your Heavenly Father in your situation, and you should have just got built up where you was at, man, instead of coming to this place of sin. So now you're confused. Oh, well, we build your houses for cheap. We're doing your lawns for this and that, You come to us to fix your cars for less, but we're getting treated like this. Yeah, man. You're in your enemy's kingdom. What the fuck you expect, Jake?
Yeah, kind, brother. Especially that women. That women are simple as hell. They really love the white man, bro. It's this one chick I work with. I call her the BBL bandit. Bitch look dumb as hell. Stupid, dumb. Just a goofy ass broad, bro. And and it really fucks me up, man, because the pride of these women up, man, and it's just like they're so infatuated with vanity. It's like it's ridiculous, man. But back in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I just gonna grab that hoe up because she got the lip fillers too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, she look like some shit. Like she probably do porn or something. She's probably on OnlyFans and all this other stuff. But that fake ass Kardashian, that just really irks my spirit. But Ice gonna come for you too. All you jakes out there, you women, you only thoughts out there, you insta hoes. Hey, they coming, man. They're watching all that. They're like, okay, she like to sell feet. She likes selling ass. She sell ass and feet. She sells titties. She sells poops and Coca-Cola bottles. We gonna get all y'all and have our way with you.
Yep.
That's right.
Next thing you know, they popping out with fitted caps and shiesties on, talking about come with us, Keisha.
Yeah.
Keisha gonna fall for it because she's simple, man.
And that's the spirit, because they really getting ready to target Southern Kingdom now, man. You see they starting to build that up. Because where the fuck all of a sudden this damn Black Panther cat come from? Hey, he's sending out the message to Jake to get up arms, man. So ICE, with them going door to door like this, hey, they coming for niggas.
Yeah.
Well, when they good was the message. And that was the message, because that wasn't nothing to do with no immigration. That was an Edomite woman, man. So they basically letting you know, look, anybody can get it really at this point, I had that Luke 21, if brother still want to pull that.
Yeah, is that a video up?
It's both. It's a article underneath it as well.
Just read the title of the article.
It says real estate company says negotiations complete for KC warehouse, potential ICE detention center. But the main point was down here. ICE spotted outside of Kansas City warehouse scouting for a mega detention center site.
That's that place I was telling y'all, brother, that's down the street from me. That's the one I was telling that they buying that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we said that these warehouses, these old schools, apartment buildings, these like disassembled plants, these stadiums will all be housing facilities, man, for people that's going against the government.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're working hand in hand with Carp, with Alex Carp, with what's his other dude's name, Peter Thiel, the Noah Yuval Harari, all these devils, man. Just to get information on people, man. What's that devil, Stephen Miller? That nigga's a demon, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You should have seen a video of that nigga when he was like bald head and shit. He was basically stating that, look, we need to get rid of these people. We said we need to torture them and bring back this and this and that. Hey, torture is coming back, man.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Yep.
Esau let a lot of them schools close down there in Chicago, man. They just stopped funding them. And they gave that money to those immigrants, but now all of those schools are what now? Potential facilities.
Yeah.
You know, most schools are built to be like bomb proof already. They're basically prisons.
Built to
Prison.
last.
So
yeah. A lot of these abandoned Sam's Club places, Walmart's that all of a sudden went out of business. You know, that's just purposely. Walmart don't go out of business. They make too much fucking money. So they all these little places sitting like they got one off of Bannister. That place still empty. They done put fences around it all of a sudden now. So we about to see all them shits get converted.
yeah.
That spot off the E-way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been empty for years too, bro.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be one. I think this place they got as a storage unit out in Grandview. I think that shit about to be converted too.
Yeah, that the one in Truman Corners, bro. That used to be a Sam's Club. When I used to live out there, that used to be a Sam's Club.
Yeah, when I was a kid, it was. So that shit about to get. And for right now, it's just being used as a storage unit. So Santa Claus are big, so that's plenty of space to put another. And it's all Northern Kingdom out here now, man. This shit done got took over. They got like fucking 5 Ishikar restaurants out here. Like, how many do you need?
Hey, look at this part right here. It says the warehouse listed in property records as the I-49 Industrial Center is located in Jackson County near 149th Street and Botts Road, and is less than a mile away from Kansas City's National Nuclear Security Administration.
Yeah, bro.
Managed and operated by Honeywell.
Honeywell is out that way. You know what 152 is at, bro? Not 152 Salakia, but out there, I think it's like 150 or some shit. That's like between the cusp of Grandview and Belton. When you get off right there, and then you could take that road over to Lee Summit and shit. Honeywell is in that little area.
Yeah, they built massive warehouses out there now, like brand new, like 2 years ago.
There's a lot of space out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got some shit in that Honeywell facility.
Yeah. But there you go. So yeah, matter of fact, somebody get the book of Revelation 2 and 9, and somebody get that Luke 21 real quick, and we'll go into it and we'll play these other videos.
I got Luke 21. I don't know what verse you wanted out, but
started 20 Luke 21, 23. Start where it says when you see, matter of fact, start at 19, bro.
This is Luke 21 and 19. And patience possess ye your souls.
Go up. Start up. Go up
to
like
verse 14. It says, settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Hey, brother, Salakia, one more time. Go down to verse 13 and read that.
Verse 13, it says, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts.
He gonna be mad. Go up. Go
to 10. I see what you're saying. Hold on. I'm gonna go to 11. I'm gonna go to 11.
Get all that meat. Can't eat half chicken.
They cursed out. It's verse 11. It says, and great earthquakes shall be. It says, verse 10, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you, and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues, and into prisons, being brought forth before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
Yep, and that's gonna be the fates of some brothers. And guess what? A lot of you guys in Israel, you gonna face that fate. But see, the difference is the Lord is not gonna give you a mouth that your enemies can't gainsay against, because a lot of you are already given over to the left hand side anyway. You know, you fitted hat wearing Jakes in the truth, you rapping Jakes, you Jakes is all about the women. You guys, y'all are not exempt from this, man. Just because you try to save heathens, just because you trying to take a soft blow from hitting your head from that backflip you can't do, you still getting grabbed up, man.
Yeah.
Bro, dude said it. Dude said it. He said they're monitoring social media. They're monitoring email. They're monitoring every goddamn thing. They looking for extremist content. If you got a Facebook, if you got an Instagram, you got a TikTok, you got a Snapchat, you got a YouTube, anything that you could put truth content on, and if you've posted anything about the truth, speaking against the New World Order, guess what? They got your ass.
Yep. And it's easier than ever now too, because the development of large language models, or AI, makes it easy for them now. So you don't need a bunch of Edomites back there doing a bunch of code. It's basically they could set it up to scrape all that data for them. Put it in the algorithms, make up a dossier. They could probably have a whole list of people that are so-called different levels of threats based on how they tune it. You know.
Well, remember they had the red list, the blue list, and the yellow list.
Yeah, kind of.
They classified people by extreme levels. Red list was deemed for complete extermination. Yellow, you can rehabilitate those people and possibly get them to fall. And the blue was just a bunch of dummies that just didn't know what the hell was going on, which a lot of you people follow under.
Yeah,
a lot of people getting ready to lose their faith, man, because it's going to get that bad out here. A lot of you jakes are getting ready to depart from the faith and give up. You getting ready to take that garment off and say you never had nothing to do with this.
Yeah. Because it says right here in verse 13, it says, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. So they're going to go to your people, your family, or whoever for a testimony. And that's when a lot of you just going to bitch up and fall out, man. Like there's a lot of people, you play that game, red light, green light, like a squid game. Most people go out in the first round right there. They want to play, they might get the first, but there's that one round, you get like 80% of people going right there. And that's when a lot of Israelites are going to fall. Just Esau got you in a room somewhere with a spotlight on you, asking you questions, you're going to bitch up, man. Before the gun even gets pulled out. It says, settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And I was meditating on it. That's going to take a lot of faith, man, because they got some shit out there, man. They can make you look crazy with all your history, your text messages, or they can just deep fake some shit, man. And you got to be able to stand and have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's why those deep fakes, they getting real, man.
Yeah.
I saw a video, a dude had he had the camera screen pointed on him, and he was doing all these dancing. It was a dude, but on the screen, like the AI was making it into a girl. Like he was a big titty white girl, but it was an Indian dude doing the thing, man.
Bro. Yeah. And it was real time too, bro. That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures say that we should be hid from the scourge of the tongue, man. Because they gonna bring it. They gonna try to dig up all types of shit. Say you crazy, you terrorist, this and that. They had ex-women that you used to deal with to come up against you to bring out, bro. Remember, they did it to Yahweh Shai. They went and searched Judea for false witnesses to come up against Yahweh Shai, man.
Yep.
They're like, I'll pay you to lie and say that they did this, bro. This is why, hey, be careful. Even with these women y'all let in y'all life, man, be careful with these hoes, bro. Be careful with them. Because remember, these women, they ain't got no faith. They ain't got no faith. And if it makes you look bad, hey, if you looking bad in the media due to what Esau spent, that woman you went ain't going to be by your side, man.
Right.
She looking at you like you a complete weirdo. You a weirdo. Oh, man, you what?
Yep.
Once we get off YouTube, y'all might not see us again into the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
We might just get super low key.
Real shit.
Facts. It says, and ye shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. And that's crazy because your own parents snitching you out. That's hurtful, man. But it's gonna happen, It says,
I'm not surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised anyway. I mean, you gotta just look. You gotta take it for what it is. When you have that mindset, like, look, man, when you take shit for what it is, you can't really get sidetracked, by none or blindsided. Like in any combat sport, they would tell you the blow that knocks you out is the one you don't see coming. But you train your mind to be able to see shots that you don't even see, but you anticipate it. So I gotta anticipate. You gotta anticipate your parents calling you a demon. You gotta anticipate your woman saying that you this and that, you abusive. You gotta anticipate these things, man.
Yeah.
Don't be like these other numbskulls in Israel that think, oh, no more woman. Okay.
Yeah.
All
That
right, nigga.
especially goes for you Jakes that have a pretty good relationship with your parents. You know, that's pretty cordial, and you know, she don't scoff or none of that or whatever. That's who really got to be prepared, man, because
Yeah.
hey, that should have go a 180 when the sword come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake,
Mm.
but there shall not an hair of your head perish.
So we're gonna be
Impatient,
good.
come. It says, in patience possess ye your souls. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
Yeah, now that's going back to 70 AD, but this is 70 AD again on steroids. And right now, it ain't even gotten that bad. This is just a test right now. They're just testing the waters to see how people gonna react. That's all it is, man. Esau he's pushing, and he wants you to push back. So when he push back, he can say, "Oh, see, you hit me." Now he finna bring out the big. You know how in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, when one nigga bring out a gat, then he'll bring out a bigger one, then he'll bring out a bigger one.
Yeah.
That,
Acme Acres of fucking
yeah. And that's what we seeing happening right now, man. It's
yeah,
gonna get real sticky real
kissing
soon.
contest.
Yeah.
It says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. So that is going into lockdowns. And we had a snippet of that back in 2020, you know, where hey, whenever he flipped the switch, that's where you at, man. Like in that movie Leave the World Behind. Look, they couldn't go back, man. Them roads closed, that shit clogged up quick, you know. So you just gotta be a pilgrim, as the scriptures say. You know, you got to have a mind for this, man. You know, like this is why the Lord likened us as soldiers and
Yeah.
putting on the spiritual armor. You know,
Cut.
but it says, main point, verse 22 says, "For these be the days where vengeance; these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people."
There's people with the Israelites, man. Now the video we gonna play shows just that because they pepper sprayed a baby, man. They said that she was foaming at the mouth, couldn't breathe. They had to bring her back. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna spare children in that day. They're not gonna spare your women. It's gonna get real bad, man. Hey, because they got to 2030 to get the New World Order finally finalized, and Lord swear they don't make it that far, but the Great Wrath is starting, bro. We in them times. We are in the time of Jacob's trouble.
Yep.
I don't see them foiling this. Even if Trump declares the Insurrection Act, that's just going to spell worse for the people because when he comes with the Insurrection Act, that means that he's going to have complete autonomy to use the military as law enforcement, man.
Yeah, and it's saying Deuteronomy that you bring a nation that will not regard old and young. And part of that part of the new ICE slogan is one of ours, all of yours. So
Yeah.
so you
Oh,
know that
wow.
means they coming at everybody. You know, if you
See?
hurt one good American, then they gonna take away your whole family, man.
You think it's not playing.
Spiritual powers is getting ready to come, bro. The standard going to be lifted.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
Hey, Ricard, you got something up? You want to
Oh,
say?
well, I'm gonna grab that Isaiah 59.
Yeah, grab that, bro, and yeah, you can break it down. You can elaborate on that. Been a little quiet, man. Want to get you to speak a little more.
Yeah, I have precepts lined up. The brothers been going, but
Yeah.
yeah, this is Isaiah 59 and 19. It say, "So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him." You know, and it's no coincidence they're named ICE, which we understand what that stands for, but the flood is here, man. You know, Esau's coming down with great wrath on the people. All right, and we can pretty much see that. Everything he's doing with the military. All right, trying to put military in every single state. They're making a move, man. So the Lord is allowing Esau to make his move, so that the Lord can checkmate his ass. Because when Esau start making moves against the brothers, man, hey, we know the Lord deals with balance. So at the end of the day, the Lord is going to lift up standards, allow the angels to intervene on our behalf, give certain brothers spiritual powers so that we can get out of these jams. Because, we kind of went into how, certain brothers may be grabbed up. You may have to give a testimony. You may be thrown in a FEMA camp. I mean, hell, you might lose your fucking life. But on the flip side of that coin, there's also going to be miraculous works that the Lord allows for other brothers to do. The Lord ain't about to just have Esau out here just rolling on us and just, putting all of us to death. No, man, the Lord is going to lift that standard up.
For the elect only.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Khan, while you mentioned that, brother, I wanted to bring up a part of that definition of ICE. It says, it stands, the first letter stands for immigration, but the other part where it justifies them to do all the shit they doing to go against all people is the part that says customs enforcement. All right, and this is custom enforcement means official process by which government agencies such like U.S. ICE enforce laws related to border control, trade, immigration, combating illegal movement of people and goods, ensuring national security and public safety by stopping smuggling, illegal entry, and counterfeit items. It all involves monitoring import exports, inspecting travelers' cargo, investigating violations, and removing those violating immigration laws. So this isn't just immigration, man. It's also going to be enforcing whatever draconian laws that Trump comes out with. Okay, so it's going to get all y'all for everything. They can just come get you for a lot of different shit, not just being an immigrant.
Well, if you look up in the what is it called? I think it's Rex 84 or one of those. You got Rex 84. You got Agenda. What's the other one? You got Rex 84. They got a couple of them, but if you look into like the clauses of that, they say that in a time of an emergency, the government can take over civilians, like they can take over like certain possessions and use them for themselves. So let's just say if they made your apartment complex a make-ready camp to house people and they need soldiers to lay their heads, if it was like an on-stage site, that means that they can occupy your homes, they can utilize your dishes, they can take your food, they can take your vehicle,
your car.
they can use your TV, they can pay your PS5, they can wear your Jordans, all that shit if they need it. That's why I always say when the Lord when you go into the book of Matthew, when the Lord said, come not down from the rooftop and don't take nothing, don't go back down to the house and get shit. A lot of this shit may take place when brothers are at work and you ain't gonna be able to go home and get nothing, man. That's why I always say, look, that PS5 you got, that in the food, that may just be for them fucking troops, man. You never know. Or a brother may be coming through, trying to, as a pilgrim, and the Lord may have him to stumble upon your provisions and take care of him that way. Just never know. But that ICE immigrations, I believe that immigrations have been replaced with Israeli. Because it ain't just about immigration no more. Because in the eyes of Esau, every Black, Hispanic, and Native American, Puerto Rican, or Haitian is guilty.
Yeah. Oh, that demon Greenblatt said it earlier. He said we training 20,000 people a day.
Ooh. Yeah.
He said that in that video. The Saint Benji did. He was talking about how he watching everything. He said we train over 20,000 officers a day, man. Like he's a foreign entity doing that, man. They're just openly saying it now. It ain't even like a rumor anymore.
Yeah, and then you had that small head lady saying that Black American men were the greatest enemy of Judaism at the time.
Oh yeah. You already know what you mean by that.
Because they understand the scriptures goes into, I think it's in Zechariah, the scriptures say that the Lord should save the tents of Judah first, and Judah represents the so-called Black man. So they understand that prophecy. Hey, B.B. Milkowski came out and basically meant that they had Black slaves, man. He said that we didn't enslave Blacks. He called the Ethiopian Jews, which are actually Hamites, by the way, to try to offset the fact we're the people. But he claimed that they freed us and they didn't do that for our enslavement, which is all bullshit, bro. Even when he was doing the interview the other day, the bitch didn't even take him serious. He was looking, she folded her arms, she was looking at him like, you was a fucking devil, nigga. This is all about genocide.
Yeah. That's how a serpent is, bro. A nigga will literally gaslight you right to your face, man. You know, like he'll be stabbing you right there and be like, "Nah, you're not bleeding." You know, that's what's happening, man. Like Trump gonna look in everybody's face and tell them the economy not bad. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Hey, he said that though, did he? He said it's the greatest economy. That nigga's worse than Biden, low key, bro.
He said he built the greatest economy.
That's the pride that the scriptures speak about, bro. Like that's how you know who this nigga is. That's crazy pride right there, bro. You know, so of course he about to do you tribes bad, man. You know.
Hell yeah.
Hey, quick precept. This is the book of Hebrews 12, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at 1. And the sub caption of this title is the author and the finisher of our faith, because we're entering into another glory. All right, the glory of teaching out on the streets and coming into this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. We're coming into another glory now. Persecution, tribulation, hell, miracles, because miracles are coming back in the earth too, because that's how bad it's getting ready to get. So we can't rule that out. This is the time now that the Lord is getting ready to really show his power in the earth, man. And it's going to catch everybody off guard when brothers start enacting these miracles in their lives, man. It's going to be like, oh, shit. It's going to be like a switch. Mm-hmm. But it reads, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. So being patient, man. Okay, this thing is not about hopping and skipping and get to the finish line. This is a rigorous process we have to go through in order to be transformed into the goal that the Lord wants us to become. So there's no escaping, no trial, no tribulation. Whatever the Heavenly Father says before you, you have to go through it because it's already written. So if ICE grab you up or the martial law troops grab you up, throw you in a concentration camp, that was written in your story, man. Play it out. Have the Lord have you be delivered, or even if you have to put your head in the guillotine, that was in your story. Let it play out, man. Don't get stupid. Don't get carnal. Just allow it to happen. So therefore, the Lord can do his miracle, man.
Are y'all breaking up?
No, I'm not.
I can hear everything.
But it says, looking into Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame. Because, hey, when Yahushua spat on?
Mm-hmm.
He got spat on, he got beat, he got smoked. Hell, they smote him on the cheek and say, hey, prophesy who smoked you. That's humiliation right there, man.
Yeah, they plucked his beard, you know?
Yeah. Put the crown of thorns on his head, man. That's just like when you get a text message from your mom or your father or whoever, your sister and brother saying, oh, I thought this was gonna happen. You in a cult. You ain't no prophet. You know, that feels bad. I mean, yeah, certain brothers, you know, we used to it, but I ain't gonna lie. When people in my family, like my mother, when she said that shit, that really burnt. And it's not a fact that it, you know, what she said to me, it's what she said about what we represent. Because she was like, what she say? She said, you and your cult crew. It hurt me more because I'm like, damn, you really think the men I roll with is on that type of time? She said, you and your fucking cult crew. That shit hurt. Yeah. I was like, damn, that really stung. That really pinched the nerve in me. I had to block her because I'm like, I'm not finna deal with this shit. Like, my brothers ain't done nothing to you for you to have this type of disposition with them. When you met the brothers, they greeted you with open arms, man. Mm-hmm. And for you to say some shit like that, that's disrespectful and that's humiliation, bro. Because as much good as we try to sow in our people, this is the things we get. It's fucked up, man. Yeah. This is why we not gonna feel bad when you motherfuckers start dying out here, man. I don't feel no type of way when ICE grab you niggas up and fuck your ass up, man. Because you fucking deserve it, man.
Right.
You people deserve all the hell coming to you because you were warned by the men of the Lord. Mm-hmm. The prophets of Yahweh Bashim and Yahushua. You were warned.
Right.
And it says here, who endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. For consider him that endureth such contradiction of sinners, because Jake is hypocrites, man, against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your minds. Ye have not resisted yet unto blood, striving against sin, man. And the ultimate sin is going to be if you take that microchip and you fold, man. Because a lot of you, they're going to hold your ass at gunpoint. Yeah, it's going to be a conscious decision, but just because it's a conscious decision doesn't mean a gun ain't going to be at your head, man. Or the head of your little daughter, or the head of your fucking baby mama, man. You got to put things into perspective when you're dealing with this.
Right.
We're coming into a time that things are getting ready to get very, very bloody out here, man. And if you're not in the spirit, you're going to get caught up in this flood.
Right.
And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children, my son. Despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. So we got to hold the line, bros. Stay strong. Believe. Pray. Fast. Continue to do the work, man. And pray that your sacrifice is accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Quick one to back you up.
God.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 30. How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock has sold them, and the Lord Yahweh hath shut them up? For their rock is not as our rock, and our enemies themselves being judges. You know, so this is, just going back to having that faith that the Lord, lifting up that standard, the Lord performing those miracles, the Lord, standing stiffly is for the Lord is going to be rewarded, and that's going to be rewarded with salvation. Part of that is spiritual power, man. But you got to have the mindset for it, man. The Lord is not dealing with weak-minded, lukewarm, 50-50, I had plans type of Israelites,
Mm.
The analogy of the rock is given because, hey, this truly has to be your foundation, man. Like Yahweh Shah has to be your cornerstone.
Yeah, Khan. Yeah, you can't hide behind gimmicks and prototypes, man. You got to really be immersed in this thing. You got to really have a focused mindset. This is why we always say we're not getting part of the bullshit, the folly, man. We just gonna keep our heads straight and do what we got to do according to the word, man. Because hey, Kansas City finna fuck around and find out. Don't think that because y'all don't pay attention to the GMS Kansas City Camp, hey, we deliver a big blow to this thing, man. And through the spirit, hey, Elder Micah Olive from Dallas, he said, hey, he looked us right in the eye. He said it even when you came up to the camp that day, Uriah. He always said it. He said, look, y'all be ready to judge, man. And judgment, hey, judge ain't gotta always mean telling somebody what they wrong at. Judging, the real concept of judgment is sending somebody back to, that's real judgment.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real judgment. Yeah, you can read the scriptures and call people out and judge them according to their deeds, but it's gonna come a time that fucking heads gotta start rolling, man. This city needs the fear of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, man, and put curses on this fucking city, bro. Put curses on every motherfucker in this city that's not following Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and that's playing games, man. Put curses on these motherfuckers, bro.
Con.
Especially the ones of you that know you're Israelites.
You got one, Taz? Go ahead, up.
Yeah. Were you about to play a video, bro?
Bring the precept out. Bring that out, then we'll play the video.
Okay. It's Jeremiah 25 and 32. It say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Hoth. It said, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, nor gathered, nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. It says, how ye shepherds and cry, and wallow yourselves in the ashes, ye principal of the flock, for the days of your slaughter and of your dispersions are accomplished, and ye shall fall like a pleasant vessel, and the shepherds shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. All right. So a lot of you Jakes in Israel, you consider yourselves shepherds of the flock, but Yahweh Shemi Shah doesn't consider you as so. So in that time, it say the shepherd shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape, man. So it's just as the brother said, we gonna have to judge us as men, but also Yahweh Shah is gonna come to judge the earth as a whole, man.
That's right. That's right. You got that video up you want to play?
Con.
All right.
All ICE officers, you have federal immunity in the conduct of your duties. And anybody who lays a hand on you or
You wanted this one or the other one with that Jake?
We play both for real.
tries to stop you or tries to obstruct you is committing a felony. You have immunity to perform your duties, and no one, no city official, no state official, no illegal alien, no leftist agitator or domestic insurrectionist can prevent you from fulfilling your legal obligations and duties. And the Department of Justice has made clear that if officials cross that line into obstruction, into criminal conspiracy against the United States or against ICE officers, then they will face justice.
Like lifeless, like he had like foam like around his mouth. Nobody wants to see their kids like that.
Chaotic moment, North Minneapolis Wednesday night. As chemical
Hey,
gas
can you pause that, bro?
and fireworks were exchanged.
Hey, this just show how reckless Jake is, man. Because why the fuck would you bring a 6-month-old out here into some shit like this, man?
I was just thinking that kind.
Jake is reckless, man. This
What
why
she said?
oh,
She
the Lord.
protested.
I guess she was out there with the crowd.
Yeah. I'll see if you were just walking through or you were driving through and they started to mess with you, but you don't bring no kids to no protest, man. That's why we don't feel bad for you, Jakes, bro.
Bro, stupid.
Dumb niggas, man.
We were leaving South Minneapolis from our son's basketball game at Anderson Middle School.
As the night unfolded,
We started to see, lights and stuff.
one North Minneapolis family trying to make their way home.
Like, even trying to leave, I couldn't go backwards, forward. It was like I was stuck.
Destiny and Sean Jackson, along with their 6 kids, had just left the nearby grocery store after the game when they turned onto Lindale. Sean says they tried to take a side street after they saw the crowds.
There's nothing we can do if it's blocked off.
Sean and Destiny say they were stuck between crowds of protesters and law enforcement. When law enforcement tried to disperse the crowd,
All we heard was boom, and every airbag deployed.
they say a flashbang went off near their car as tear gas enveloped them.
And I was screaming to my oldest son, Sean. I'm like, get out, get out. Like, I can't, Mom, and I can't breathe.
Destiny says bystanders pulled her into a home to check on her as she screamed that her 6-month-old child was still in the car.
He was just like lifeless, like he had like foam like around his mouth, and you can see he had tears coming out his eyes. I was getting them out to mouth, and I remember stopping and I said, I will give you all my breath till you get yours back, because nobody wants to see their kids like that.
The family was taken to the hospital, all now okay.
Like, my kids' stuff is still in the car. My son's school stuff.
A family on their way home, caught in chaos. And the family says physically they are okay, but the mental side of things has been challenging for them. And financially, they say it will be tough to replace their vehicle.
He an innocent child. All my kids are innocent. They didn't
ask for this.
Yeah.
Can you so your kids were in the back of this car?
My kids was in the back. My wife was in the front seat. I was pulling off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look.
And your windows were down.
No, my windows weren't even down.
Shit, pause it.
Yeah, real quick. Just because, you see people get caught off guard, man. Oh, I got a real quick precept. This is Ecclesiasticus 5:7. It say, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. And those people, they didn't know that shit was gonna happen, man. I think it said they was leaving from a grocery store or some shit. So this is why you can't tarry, man. Like, when you hear the message to repent and get right with the Lord, you got to do that shit ASAP, because you don't know what the hell you could be doing before suddenly the wrath of the Lord come forth, man.
Yeah.
You know.
God, I was
That's why
gonna
you
say
gotta have a
too, bro.
little. Go ahead, Slacky.
Slocky, I was gonna say too, bro. Like, we was thinking she was there protesting in the crowd because the newborn was there. So they claiming that they were just in transit leaving a store. But this is Matthew 10:16 says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." This is why you should be paying attention to what's going on with these prophecies, and this is the importance of us out here giving this warning and this message. If you don't know what the fuck is going on around you, you can get caught off guard like that. And that's how the whole nation is going to be, according to the Second Peter, man. It says that day is going to come in like a thief in the night. So they got caught like a thief in the night. Here it is, they just leaving a grocery store, but you mean to tell me you leaving the store and you driving, right? And you don't see all this fucking tape and all these crowds of people. At some point, stop and fucking turn around. Okay, or maybe you just need to chill the fuck out at the store. This is why, and these times we going in, you got to use wisdom, man. You got to be wise as serpents, as harmless as doves. Be smart, man. Know your surroundings. Pay attention. Watch the news, so you don't be caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. And ultimately, you need to be following this truth, because this nigga talking, he got dreads all up in his head. Okay, they don't look like they know a lick of what's going on in the world or about this truth. So that's how the Lord can fuck you up like that, because you fan your hand at it. I bet you both of them probably came across videos. Swipe right past it.
Oh yeah, of course.
So the scriptures say, "Whoever perished being innocent." So you're not innocent, man. You're not the victim here. The Lord wanted you there at that point in time for a reason, to wake your ass up. Because who knows if the both of them have been scoffing and scorning or whatever wickedness they have going on in their personal lives, man.
Yeah, because scriptures also say the plagues are sent as scourge for amendment. Esau's a plague. The civil war, the civil unrest, everything that's going on with ICE, that's a fucking plague, man. And that should be a scourge, all right, a whip for your ass to amend your ways. But is Jay gonna repent and come back to the Heavenly Father, with everything going on? Most of them ain't.
Well, quick precept. This is the book of Jeremiah 25, and I'm going to start at 1. It says that the word came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah. That was the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, the which Jeremiah the prophet spake unto all the people of Judah and to all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, from the 13th year of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, even unto this day, that is the 23rd year, the word of Yahweh have come unto me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but ye have not hearkened. And the Lord have sent unto you all his servants the prophets, rising up early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened, nor inclined your ear to hear. Then they said, turn ye again, now everyone from his evil way, and from the evil of your doings, and dwell in the land that Yahweh have given unto you and to your fathers forever and ever. And go not after other gods to serve them and to worship them, and provoke me not to anger with the works of your hands, and I will do unto you no hurt. But Jake has been provoking the Heavenly Father since day one. So now the Heavenly Father is at the point now he's pulling out that belt. Ezekiel 21, that sword to be furbished. He's pulling that bad boy out, and he's getting ready to put some, like when you used to get your ass whooped as a kid, your parents say, go grab the biggest switch off the tree, and you try to grab the small one. They're like, nah, that ain't gonna do it. You got to get the thick one, Yeah, and it's even worse when they get you getting out the bathtub. See, the Lord is getting ready to get Jake hot out the shower, fresh off the baby oil, man. He's getting niggas with their pants down, bro.
Yep.
Hey,
I had a quick one.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
This is Proverbs 16:9. It says, a man's heart devised his way, but the Lord directed his steps. And that guy was giving a testimony how it happened. They said they were trying to take some back streets and trying to avoid the smoke. But the Lord put him in the middle of the smoke, man. This is why you need the Lord, man. Because sometimes we be, let's say you trying to go downtown. Sometimes the spirit be like, you know what, don't even take the highway. Just go ahead and take the streets.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to that, because that's the Lord kind of be keeping you away from judgment. There could have been accident that happened on that highway or a shooting that happened on that highway. But the Lord guided this man and his family directly to that smoke, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes to show, hey, the men of the Lord gonna be the prize, because the Lord
Yep.
gonna be guiding our steps, so we're not put in danger. Hey, this guy ain't got the Spirit of the Lord on him, so
Nope.
he led his woman and his kids straight to death, because that's what he needed right there.
Yeah.
Real quick on to back y'all up. This is Isaiah 47:11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So this is basically what happened to them. Just thought they would go into the grocery store, and boom, like what the Taj read. They had the man devised this plan, but the Lord decides what steps you take. And this is what happened, man. This is how Jacob's trouble is going to be, basically a series of that happening over and over and over again.
Yeah. It's gonna be like Amos 5, man. You try to escape one thing, you're gonna find yourself in a totally different jail.
Yeah. Because why else do they have a 6-month-old out there? Because they thought shit was sweet, but the Lord don't care about that, man. He's angry.
But even then, brother, look at the flip side of it too. The 6, that's psyop shit too. Think of the number 6. It's a system, the beast system. They're coming down. They're establishing it. Common sense would tell anybody you don't take, even though they was probably trying to avoid it, but regardless of it, they always zoom in on these on these numbers and shit too. So anybody got any more precepts?
I got one.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring out the precepts. I'll get a couple off the comment board, then we'll play these last 2 videos and shut it down.
I'm gonna bring out one. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. It says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are JEWs, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So all these false JEWs, they're going to be responsible for, basically setting up these prisons to try to snap brothers up. Okay, but you got to be faithful unto death, so the Lord can give you a crown of life. It's a part of it. And you're going to have martyrs in this truth. Like the brother said, we got to be ready to go ahead and put your head in the guillotine if it comes to that point. But you never denounce your faith. You stay on it all the way through, man.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that applies to a lot of you Israelites too, man. It says those that know they are Jews that are not, but you should have synagogue. To see a lot of you are going to be found out, man. Okay, and y'all are definitely going to fail the test when it comes time, because y'all are completely in the wrong spirit right now.
Yeah, Hakah, he's in the synagogue of Satan, man.
Yeah.
You see what happened? Look at Alazar. Look at what he's doing now. He's bugged out, bro.
Yeah.
They
know the scriptures.
What make these dudes think that their leadership got the right way? That said that the Lord got a strong delusion on these dudes, man. You come from one reprobate group and you go to another reprobate group. Both the leaders have failed you, man.
Yep, that clout will blind you.
Yeah, and you so gung-ho on what this thing is not about to the point you don't even see what's happening around you. And the Most High is getting ready to get rid of all you dudes, man. Every last one of you, he getting ready to wipe the clean slate with all you dudes, man. So, yeah, y'all just keep up. Keep with the passive-aggressive scoffing and the fucking passive-aggressive bullshit. Yeah, y'all keep talking. Keep on. But you will not be defended when the Lord brings the wrath, man. And don't come around us when you getting jacked up, because if we gonna look at you like, look, bro, I didn't warn you. We didn't told you. Don't come around us. We don't want nothing to do with you cats. And we standing on that shit. Don't come around us. Stay where y'all at, man.
I have one.
Go ahead.
God, Proverbs 24:5. It says, a wise man is strong, Yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. It said, for by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in a multitude of counselors there is safety. All right. So now we in troubling times, and a lot of people are not finding safety, man. You know, we just played the video. You know, this man and his family, they thought they was going towards safety, and they found themselves in hell and judgment, man. So, you know, it's a beautiful time to be a listener and believer of Yahweh Shema Shai, and, you know, really paying attention to the prophets, because, you know, as we can tell, the Lord set up a lot of distractions, man, like inside of Israel and outside of Israel. You know, niggas worried about Corey Holcomb versus Anton Daniels, and all hell breaking loose, man.
Right.
You know, so just final message, man. Stay in tune, man. You know, you don't want to. Apostle Hart say you miss a day, you miss a lot, man. So we don't want to be caught off guard, you know, with this other bullshit out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Anybody have anything else?
I grabbed this in Isaiah 32:2. It say, and a man shall be a hiding place from the wind, which is an elect of the Lord, should be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And again, like we said, the storm is here, man. You know, that tempest and storm, which we know is going to increase, but it's here. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you know, is going to have a special spirit on the men of the Lord to have protection, provision in these times, man. You know, kind of like the brother mentioned earlier, we are going to be the prize, because we're going to be the only ones who, you know, are stable in understanding what the hell is going on and why these things are happening.
That's right, bro. Khan. This is from Hawk Shalom. Hey, Shalom, bro. How about you? He typed Ezekiel 18:22. It says, all in his transgressions that he have committed, they should not be mentioned unto him, and his righteousness he should have done shall live. I think there's another verse before that, 18:21, but it didn't show up on it. Hold on. Yep, 18:20. It says, but if the wicked will turn from all his sins they have committed and keep all my statutes and do that which is lawful and right, he should surely live and not die. Right? You know, going back to the understanding of following the Lord, because that's really what it's all about, is following Yahweh Shemi Shai and staying on point. You know, escaping all this wickedness, man, because we close. Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast to that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. And yeah, you got to hold fast to your faith, your sanity, man. You know, like we mentioned, you miss one day, you miss a lot. So just try to stay tuned in and tune out all the folly that don't represent you. Anything that's not coming in the spirit of the Lord, you got to really just bare minimum, you know, whether it's your job, with your women, whatever, it's people in your family, you got to put the bare minimum into the people that's not serving the Heavenly Father, man, because now, you know, we're getting ready, we're going to have to cut things off. We're going to have to walk away from things. We're going to have to walk away from possessions and jobs and all this other stuff. We're going to have to make those decisions, man. And it's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be fair. It's going to be tough. But through this thing, you know, we're soldiers, man, and we can endure it if we focus. Revelation 4:11, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou have created all things, and for thy pleasure they were created. Yeah, you know. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. So we're gonna play the rest of these videos unless brothers got comments or scriptures they want to put on a comment. I mean, scriptures they want to bring out, then, you know, do so. If not, we're gonna play the video and we're gonna shut it down.
Yeah, just tell me pause if need be, brothers.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and play
that
it out.
window was down.
Right.
But I was doing something. I rolled my window down. But look.
So how did the ICE agents get mace into your car?
It was the officer that's sitting right here that threw it.
He threw the mace?
Yes, he threw the mace.
And
I don't know if it came from the bottom, came to the vest, but my car just filled up like it caught on fire.
And your kids?
My kids can't breathe. They're at the hospital.
Your kids are in hospital, and how old are they?
11, 7, 2 4-year-olds, a 2-year-old, and a 6-month-year-old.
What do you make of ICE?
I don't like them. I don't even participate with them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, just show how they don't care.
Mm-hmm. Someone else has been shot in this neighborhood tonight.
innocent people, innocent kids. Like, it's to the point, it's like it's getting unsafe.
Will your kids be okay?
I don't know. My 7-year-old couldn't breathe. He got rushed to the hospital by the ambulance.
That must be utterly terrifying for you.
Yes. He got rushed to the hospital by the ambulance.
Did you tell the officers what they've done?
Yeah, I was arguing with the officer to call the ambulance for 5 minutes.
He wouldn't call the ambulance
No,
for you?
he told me to call them back and get them on the line.
Could he see that you had your baby?
Yeah, he knew that they was in the car. He told another person.
Was he with his woman too?
Yeah.
Did he mention he was with his woman?
Yeah, that was her crying earlier.
Okay. I was finna say, because my thing is, I didn't catch that part, but it just seemed a little suspect. But, you know, like I said, they do these things for the grand scheme of things of getting things provoked. They're trying to generate an emotional reaction out of people. So they're playing both sides of it. But anyway, yeah, you got it, Ock. You play it.
Protester stopped talking, let him talk. He knew that was in the car. He didn't even try to help.
You must be furious.
Yes, I'm mad as hell. If not, it's going to be hell on wheels. They definitely going to have to pay for it. He an innocent child. All my kids are innocent. They
didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
Hey, but Jake ain't gonna do nothing, man. You can just tell, man. He's gonna roll on you, man. That's why you need the Lord a lot.
But my thing is, your kids got fucked up. Why you ain't there with your kids, bro? You want to do an interview? That shit sounds suspect, man. But you know, they got these corny ass niggas to do this shit.
Right.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's the same thing that happened. Me trying to pull off. See how they just.
Oh, can you pause it real quick? I just want to add today in Minnesota, they mobilized National Guard troops. So, you know, this is just ICE within himself doing these things. But now today they mobilized National Guard in their area. So now it's a matter of them getting deployed and out on the streets. So this shit could end up getting way worse.
Yeah. Good.
This is what they gave me.
Why are we seeing Americans being asked on the street to provide proof of citizenship in Minnesota? Is that targeted enforcement? And are you advising Americans to carry proof of citizenship?
In every situation, we're doing targeted enforcement. If we are on a target and doing an operation, there may be individuals surrounding that criminal that we may be asking who they are and why they're there and having them validate their identity.
Off that, bro.
That's what we've always.
That's unrighteous decrees right there. They go into framing mischief about law. What does an illegal have to do with a person that's been born here? Right? You can't justify that, you know, at the end of the day, but it's prophetic. But going back to the previous clip that the nigga woman was crying and screaming and all this other stuff, where's that same energy when you fucking over Jake, your own men, you know? And you still don't realize why you getting jacked up, which proves that this is why the Lord got to destroy you. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 16, and I'm gonna start at verses 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, their mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. What should I do when these evils come? And this is a question the man of the Lord are asking, what will we do? But behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. But for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So either way it go, they're going to still continue to rebel more and more. They're not going to question why this is happening. I mean, not in a righteous sense. They're going to question why this is happening out of victimhood, out of playing a victim. But they're not going to ask what they have done so fucked up in life that the Heavenly Father brought this judgment upon them. See, Jake don't consider that, you know? You got it, brother. Play it. You play it.
Done and asking people who they are so that we know who's in those surroundings, and if they are breaking our federal laws, we will detain them as well until we run that process.
We have some news right now. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is now advising American citizens to essentially carry proof of citizenship in the event that they are around an ICE immigration enforcement operation and may have to prove that they are in fact citizens. Show me your papers in real time. She was asked at the White House over the past several hours, essentially a question by a reporter, quote, why are we seeing Americans being asked on the street to provide proof of citizenship in Minnesota? Is that targeted enforcement, and are you advising Americans to carry proof of citizenship? Her response, quote, in every situation, we are doing targeted enforcement. If we are on a target, there may be individuals surrounding that criminal that we may be asking who they are and why they're there and having them validate their identity. Those people around their target, American citizens, non-citizens, citizens, anyone, could be you if you are near someone who they want to detain. And they may ask you for your papers, may ask you to prove your citizenship. So be aware.
So Kristi Noem has now said that all Americans need to have proof of citizenship on them at all times in case they run into ICE. Even though ICE has literally told almost every American citizen that has showed themselves or told them that they're American citizens, we don't care. That's what ICE has told them. So what's the point?
Hey, pause that real
She
quick.
said
Hey, this is why they're coming out with that C hit, man. You know, that's going to be the number one catalyst to say, hey, we need to prove identity. We have a device that you can scan instantly, and we're going to know exactly who you are and prove that you're a citizen. And if you don't have it, you're an enemy of the state. You're a suspect enemy of the state. So that's also going to justify them into rounding people up and putting them in camps that refuse to go take it. Because if you don't take that rice grain, you cannot prove your identity as citizenship. So this is just more draconian laws to basically off Jake and unalive him.
Makes sense, bro.
Problem, reaction, solution.
So that shit has got to come ASAP. It's going to come faster than we even realize at this point. This shit right here can really bring in usher in that C hit. Because right now they're going to have a problem. Because I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, well, what if I had my birth certificate in the car? Would that be good enough? No, that wouldn't, man.
Yeah.
But if you got that C hit, they're going to come out on news. Hey, and this automatic. It's something they can scan, even remotely. They can identify who you are. So they really going to push that shit along with the economy crashing. Man, this shit coming all downhill, man.
Yeah, because that C hip is a symbol of loyalty to the system too.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people who are quote unquote citizens of America, but they hate this fucking administration, man.
Yeah. You know it's gonna be some wickedness when they never fully define the shit. Like she never definitively said what you needed. She just said, well, you may be asked about this, and you may be asked about that. That means they don't it's their law, their highway, they wear the highway. You know what I'm saying? Whenever Esau doesn't give you a straight answer, it's because you about to eat up to some wicked shit, man. And you got basically a whore over a military branch, man. You know, an emotional woman. So a lot of you Jake's about to perish, man.
Off time of the month syndrome, man.
Yeah, like what's the rules? You know what I'm saying? They making this shit up because they really ain't pulling this shit back.
Yeah, because it ain't no rule to it. It ain't even cause for it. They're just doing this shit because they want to.
Yeah, because it should be really easy to say, no, you need a state ID and you be good, or you need a birth certificate or you be good. She's trying to say, well, you may get pulled over if you're next to. Well, what does next to me? Is it 6 feet, 2 miles?
Right.
You know, like see, this is the craftiness of the fork tongue serpent. You know.
Yeah. But this is Psalms 94:20. It says, "Should the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framing mischief by law?" It says they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. That's what they're doing. It says, but the Lord is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge, and he should bring upon them their own iniquity and should cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord Yahweh should cut them off. So it's going to fail eventually. Yeah, this is just to get the undesirables out the way, because, you know, these people are wicked anyway.
Yeah.
when asked if these were targeted, she said, well, if we're on a targeted investigation and you happen to be in the area, we want to know what you're doing around criminals. So you need to be ready to show your citizenship right then and there. Show us your papers. Show us that you are a very, very valuable citizen. Yes, Kristi Noem says that you must start carrying proof of citizenship with you wherever you go.
Pause it, bro.
Sound familiar?
But is that bitch carrying identification? Why she ain't exempt though? You know, why she's exempt? How about you, Carrie? Just because you the head of an organization, they don't give you no fucking right to try to impose some shit on somebody else you want to impose on you.
Yeah.
Fucking
they hypocrites. Cause remember they did that federal worker shutdown. All them congressmen was getting paid. They like, oh, that don't apply to us. That's why
you fucking devils gotta go in slavery, man. We gonna fuck you crackers up, man. The fuck that bitch shouldn't even be there, man. Whatever.
Viva Elastic. Questions?
Breaking news, Kristi Noem has said to American citizens that they better be prepared to prove their citizenship in the event.
What happened? It froze.
Yeah, it looks like it's froze.
You right? You there, bro?
I think he's froze too. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, probably froze it.
That they are around any ICE operations, they better be prepared to prove their citizenship. This statement also is coming as enforcement activity is increasing across all states, especially in Minnesota. Kristi Noem made these comments while she was discussing how enforcement operations will be carried out in the future. And she's also advising what agents may ask in the event of an encounter with an American citizen. Let me be clear about that. Right now, there has been no official announcement of a new federal law, but this is coming directly from Kristi Noem's mouth, which means the Department of Homeland Security, they are directly saying, you better be prepared. This is very concerning, and not just to many Americans, but to myself as well, because what kind of documentations are you going to want to see? Why do I need to carry around multiple different types of documentation? What if it's not the right documentation you want? Any agent, any officer could be biased in those type of situations and arrest you anyway and ask questions later.
Yep.
Damn. So there you go.
She will make you.
Just the video.
Okay. Yeah, we'll shut it down after this one.
Kind of.
So number one, we measure and track. Number two, we monitor and disrupt. We have a whole apparatus. I have 40 analysts working full time, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, monitoring extremists. We monitor them online, social media, messaging apps, video games, cryptocurrency, podcasts, short form video, Wikipedia, LLMs. And we share the intelligence with the FBI. You saw last month, you heard about the thing that happened at Wilshire Boulevard Temple. Our analysts investigated what happened. They said they were Koreatown for Palestine. This group of people, they weren't. We were able to ascertain they were from a group called the Turtle Island Liberation Front. Turtle Island is how left-wing activists refer to the United States. They don't call it America, they call it Turtle Island. Like the Iranians call it the Zionist entity, right? They only call it by its name. The Turtle Island Liberation Front, we gave them a whole dossier. What is Turtle Island Liberation Front? What are their ideas, their goals? Who are they? We identified the people who were in the synagogue. This was on Wednesday, December the 10th. On Monday, December the 15th, this is going to ring a bell. Kash Patel announced they cracked a terror ring where they arrested 4 people who were playing New Year's Eve bombings. Turtle Island Liberation Front. At least one of the people I know for certain was in the building at Wilshire Boulevard Temple vandalizing it and disrupting the event. So we're monitoring left-wing radicals like the DSA and the anti-war crazies and the pro-Palestine crazies. We're monitoring right-wing extremists like white supremacists, armed militia groups. We're monitoring political Islamists and Christian nationalists, all of them. And then we train. We're the largest trainer of law enforcement in America, extremism and hate. We train 20,000 officers every year. We have a major generational problem. All the polling I've seen, ADL's polling, ICC's polling, independent polling, suggests this is not a left-right gap, folks. The issue in the United States in support for Israel is not left and right. It is young and old. And the numbers of young people who think that Hamas's massacre was justified is shockingly and terrifyingly high. And so we really have a TikTok problem, a Gen Z problem, that our community needs to put the same brains that gave us Tagli, the same brains that gave us all these other amazing innovations, need to put our energy towards this, like fast. Because again, like we've been chasing this left-right divide. It's the wrong game. The real game is the next generation, and the Hamas and their accomplices, the useful idiots in the West, are falling in line in ways that are terrifying. Last, I'll just say, we saw a dramatic change in the language of the activists here in America on October the 8th. The language of groups that we've long tracked, who've long been problematic.
Part of the ops agenda, a part of their modus operandi, is to find out which one of you niggas is a potential leader. And if you are, then we begin a work of progress on your life, which will make people get off of that. It's a part of it. As much as in any defense, you're trying to figure out which way this dude is likely to go so I can rip that ball. It's the same.
Yeah. There you go,
I
man.
remember a few weeks ago.
That was it?
Con.
All right. One last precept and I end it. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Went to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time, man. So there you go, man. They on a game. So it is getting ready to take a turn. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh. Double honor to the elders, the apostles, a great millstone. Peace and blessings of the whole elect. Lord's will you edify into the next lesson. Kwame Sharala. Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Shalom.